Hey everyone, welcome to Yoga Moments. I'm Janice, and today we have a chair flow for everyday yoga. So nice workout throughout the whole body. We'll be seated the whole time. So grab a chair, get into something comfortable, and I will see you on the mat, so to speak. And when you get there, you can come into any seated pose that you like, whether your feet are on the ground. If they are, make sure that your knees are hip width apart, feet are hip width apart, and we'll take it inside right away. So finding this alignment, you can close your eyes, check in with your breath. If your feet are up on the chair, no worries, just make sure that you found this alignment within. So lifting up from the pelvic floor, maybe pressing your sit bones down, drawing your navel in and up, lifting your heart, and just seeing if you can open your shoulders a little bit. So squeeze those shoulder blades just slightly together. Check in with your breath, notice what your body's telling you. And then when you're ready, we'll open our eyes. And we're going to start nice and easy with a seated cat-cow. So we're going to inhale, come forward, stretch that belly. And then we're going to take it kind of through circles. So a little modified cat-cow here. We're going to arch through our back at the back and then inhale to come forward. Exhale, come all the way through. If you have a back on your chair and you find it a little difficult, come forward a little bit. You might bring your feet to the floor this time. But wherever you are, just see if you can keep your sit bones grounded, warming up the spine here, connecting to our breath. So exhaling to round through, drawing our navel to our spine, inhaling to come forward. And then when you're ready, take it the other way. So inhaling to come around, exhaling to round through. So nice little flow today to get the whole body kind of stretched out, worked out just a little bit. We'll build a little bit of strength. Should feel really good here. All right, when you're ready, we'll come back to center. And we're going to take it right into a forward fold. So finding this alignment, if you need to walk your feet out to make a little bit of space, go for it. Otherwise, your choice. You can be in or out. We're going to come all the way into a forward fold. So pressing your feet into the floor, all four corners. Lift up from the arches of your feet just a little bit. And then really draw your navel in and up. Reach your heart towards the crown of your head. And then you can relax into your forward fold. So we're really creating length in our spine here when we do this. But we're also bringing that integrity and that support to our spine. So sometimes our impulse is to, keep it close, keep it tight, because then we can't hurt ourselves. But if we find support, we can lengthen ourselves out. We can find a little bit of stretch. Breathe into your lower back here. And then on your next inhale, we're going to slide our hands up, lift our heart up between our shoulder blades, lift our navel. We're coming all the way up, and we're going to keep our arms going. So extending all the way up. Coming into Urdhva Hastasana, so arms above head pose, nothing too complicated. Thumbs are going to point back, pinkies are going to point forward. Lower your shoulders away from your ears, so creating a little bit of space. Maybe space that we grow into, maybe space that we just breathe into for now. See if you can hold this. You might squeeze your biceps up towards your ears. Opening up those shoulder blades, and then exhale, we're going to lower nice and slow. So don't cheat yourself from this experience. See if you can notice movement of your shoulders, movement of your hands. You got this. We're going to come all the way down with our arms. Left hand is going to come to the outside of the right thigh. The right hand is going to swim behind us. We're going to come into a twist to our right side. So on the inhale, we stay up nice and long, reaching through the crown of our head. You might find you tuck your chin just a little bit. On the exhale, we let ourselves twist. So no forcing here. Just enjoying letting our body lead for a moment. On your next inhale, we're going to reach it all the way up through center. Urdhva Hastasana, one more time, shoulders come away from our ears. And then on your exhale, we're going to lower down nice and slow. And we're going to bring our right hand to the outside of our left thigh. See if you can draw your right hip crease back here if it's sneaking forward. If it is, no worries. It's called mindfulness, and we just bring our awareness to it. And yogi's choice here, you can face your right palm out towards the left side, or you can just comfortably hang it onto your left thigh there. Left arm comes behind us if it's not already. See if you can lower your shoulders, sit up nice and tall. Draw your navel in for support. And again, on your exhale, just let your body twist, so no forcing here. Your body will find its limits. And if you continue to breathe, your body will grow beyond them. So it really takes the pressure off. All you have to do is breathe. We'll inhale, come all the way back to center, reach it up, nice long stretch. Draw your navel in, lift your heart, lift that pelvic floor, and exhale. We're gonna release here. So I'm going to bring my sit bones right to the edge of my chair. My hands are going to come down to the side if that's an option for you. You can hang on here. I'm going to plant my left foot here, so squeezing my four corners of my foot, so the ball joints of my big toe and my little toe, and then both sides of my heel are going to squish right into the ground, and I'm going to lift up from the arch. So it's just going to engage a little bit in my inner thigh. And with my right leg, I'm going to extend toes up. You can keep your heel on the ground. And then on an inhale, I'm going to lift up. So exhale, lower, and inhale, lift. And it doesn't matter how far you go, but you'll probably feel the right side of your abdominals engage, your lower abdominals. So inhale, and see if you can bring a little awareness to it. So if you're compromising your spine and rounding through your back to lift up, see if you can just lift a little bit lower. Breathe here, reach through the heel. You can keep a slight bend in your knee. Inhale to lift, exhale to lower. So really finding a little bit of strength down through my quads, down through my abs. You got this. We'll do two more. All right, we'll lower down. I'm going to slide back a little bit in my chair, just a bit. I'm going to inhale and just hug my right knee in. So I've made a little net with my hands. I'm just hugging my right knee in and up, staying up nice and tall. So find your alignment here. Still pressing that left foot into the ground for support. It's a full body experience. You got this. And then I'm going to take my left hand to my right foot, and I'm just going to bring my right ankle across the top of my left knee. Again, finding this alignment. I'm pressing into my sit bones, drawing my navel in and up. Find that alignment in yourself. You got this. And then I'm going to just reach my heart forward. So my gaze is going to come down just to keep a softness in the back of my neck. But you should feel a nice stretch in the outside of that right hip. So everyday yoga, making this a full body experience. And just taking our time. If our mind is wandering, well, that's okay. Just bring it back to your breathing. We're going to inhale, lift our heart up, and then we'll take it to the other side. So sliding back to the front of our chair, pressing into all four corners of our right foot, lifting up from the arch. And from here, I'm going to extend my left leg. Toes are going to point up. And you may or may not keep a little bend in your knee. It's nice to kind of protect your knee. And we find this alignment. So sitting up nice and tall. Inhale, lifting up. Exhale, lowering down with the left foot, left leg. Inhale, exhale. And you can bring your right hand, if you want, to your lower abdomen. You can just notice the engagement. So finding your breath here. And again, notice if you're rounding through the spine. If you are, just maybe not quite as high. And I promise with practice, you'll build strength, and eventually, you'll be lifting your leg up nice and high. Working those hip flexors, working the quads and the abs. We'll do 2 more. Find your breath. And then we'll slide back just a little bit in the chair, just a couple of inches. Make a little net with our hands here and squeeze our left knee in and up. So still pressing through that right foot, finding this alignment, and just notice what changes when you bring that little bit of integrity to your posture, to your movement. And then when you're ready, we'll take the right hand to the left foot. Bring our left ankle across the top of our right knee. Find this alignment again within. And when you're ready, we'll just exhale and lean forward. So breathing here. External rotation in our left hip. Pressing into that right foot. Toes in the left foot are engaged, so we're still, pointing our toes out towards the front of us. You might tuck the chin, bring your gaze down. Take the biggest, sweetest breath you've taken all day. Should feel really good. And then we'll inhale to come up. Plant our left foot, and I'm going to stay sliding back in the chair, or slid back in the chair. And we're going to inhale, reach the right arm up nice and tall. So my left arm is on the chair, my left hand, I should say, is on the chair. And I'm just finding this nice long stretch in the right side body here. Shoulders are away from the ears. And you might turn and look up towards your arm. On an exhale, sweep that arm down in front of you. So reach it up towards the front. Inhale, sweep it all the way back. Exhale, sweep it in front. So kind of like you're smearing peanut butter or jam on toast. Following your breath here. Inhale, and see if you can really incorporate your gaze here. So have it follow your arm. Stay grounded through the sit bones. See if you can, as much as you're reaching over to the left side, see if you can bring your heart just a little bit back to the right. Find a little bit of extra stretch through that right side body. We'll do 1 more. You're doing awesome. Inhale. Exhale, we'll sweep it down. Bring our right arm to our chair. You might scooch over to the left just a little bit. We'll inhale, bring the left arm up, reach it over to the right here. You might drop your shoulders away from your ears, turn your gaze. And then on an exhale, sweep it in front. And then inhale, sweep it back up. So nice little easy movements here, but with big impact on the body, right? So it's not a huge movement, but we're really working into our back. We're really working into our side body. On the left side, stretching those obliques, stretching, our shoulders out. Creating that nice long lift, grounded through our sit bones. We'll do 1 more here. Inhale, come all the way up. Exhale, bring it down. So my left hand is going to swim right behind my back. My right arm's going to come meet it. And I'm going to bring my shoulder blades together here. So opening my chest, lowering my hands. You can press them into the seat if that's available for you. Otherwise, you might be a little further back. You can reach them down. Be mindful that you're not extending beyond your limits. So it might be safer just to play with the chair if you're not familiar with this. You can press your hands down into the chair, squeeze your shoulder blades together, look up. Nice long belly here. Opening the chest, opening your heart, pressing your feet into the floor. On an inhale, come all the way up. Nicely done. And then from here, we're going to do a little more core work. So we're going to do a boat variation. And for that, I'm going to really find this engagement here. So I'm pressing my sit bones into the chair, drawing my navel in and up, lifting my heart. Pelvic floor lifts up. So our support starts all the way down in our seat. And I'm going to lean back, extend my toes, and then I'm just going to exhale, lift my knees. And then inhale, extend. So really engaging, keeping my pelvis forward to protect my lower back. And if you have to just walk your feet in, that's cool too. You can just, from here, if you'd like, you can use your arms to support you a little bit. If you're new to this, finding it challenging. And it doesn't matter how far we're coming. So even if you're just lifting up onto your toes to kind of engage your lower abdomen, go for it. That's amazing. The fact that you've shown up, you've done the hard work. And as you grow your practice, you know, your feet will come out a little further. You'll get a little bit stronger. And then maybe, you know, eventually you'll go hands-free. Very high tech in today's world. High tech yoga. So we'll do one more. Then we'll sit up nice and tall. Spin back to the front if you haven't already. So kudos to you for finding your adaptation. I'm going to come into a nice seated pose, legs crossed, Sukhasana, easy pose. And hopefully it's easy for you. If it's not, again, pick a modification where you're on, you know, the ground, legs are out in front of you. Just find this alignment to sit up nice and tall. So finding that support from down here, from our core, because once we start moving from our center, it's going to make everything so much easier and so much smoother as we move through our day, whether, you know, we're grocery shopping or we're meeting a friend for coffee or whatever your magnificent plans are. Even if you're just home reading a book, you know, finding this integrity. When you do move, you're going to find so much more support in your body. So I'm going to come into Sukhasana. That feels good in my body, but take the lead for yourself. Find what feels good for you. We're going to find this nice alignment. Press our sit bones into the ground. Let our hips and our knees, our legs be a little heavy. And I'm going to just tuck my chin. You can close your eyes and just notice the sensation here. So I'm keeping my heart lifted with my head over my heart over my pelvis to start. And then I'm going to draw my chin to my chest. Breathing here, finding this nice alignment or nice stretch in the upper back body. And if you feel a pinching or any sharpness, come back. So that's your body's way of saying, hey, Susie or John, or whoever you are, whoever your wonderful being is, that's a bit too far. So if you can't get your chin to your chest, no worries, but just come until you feel a nice stretch before it hurts and take a couple of nice big breaths there. So learning to work with our body and support our body so that our body can support us. And then we're gonna come up nice and tall. I've already got my arms out for a nice stretch, drawing my shoulder blades together. And on an exhale, I'm gonna give myself a great big hug. So maybe making your hands as far as they can go. So maybe you grab your elbows, clasp your shoulders. Maybe you can bring it all the way around to your shoulder blades, wherever you are. Probably covering my mic, so I hope your audio is okay. Keep your heart lifted. Navel drawing in, pelvic floor is lifting up. We'll inhale. Take it wide, spread your wings, and then exhale. Whichever arm was on top last time switches to the bottom. If you notice a difference, no worries, you are human. It's a wonderful thing. Sitting up nice and tall, giving ourselves one more hug. Nice tight squeeze. And we'll inhale, take it out nice and wide. And we'll exhale. You can bring your arms down to your sides, You can bring them to your lap, whatever feels good. Find your Sukhasana. So find your centered home pose, whatever feels good for you. Notice how your body feels. Notice how your heart feels and your mind. If there's anything else that you would like, I encourage you take it. Pause the video if you want, or just keep going as we settle into Shavasana. So whatever feels good to you. I can lead to the best of my ability, but it really is up to you to create and cultivate that relationship with yourself. So please listen to yourself and to your body. Maybe you give yourself a big old smile because you've done so amazing, and we will settle into Shavasana here. So finding your seated pose. I'm going to bring my hands to my heart, bow my head to my hands, and thank you. I honor you for showing up. You guys are absolutely amazing. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, leave a comment below, hit like, hit subscribe, and from my heart to yours, namaste.